Hello guys, my name is Samarpan Dasgupta and today is the part 15 of Flutter social media chat app generation application 2021. In that video, I am going to see you about document conversation chat management and location conversation chat management. We are going to see the code of all these two things with split code and then understand all the process step by step. In the previous video, I explained video chat conversation management with emoji inclusion in the text chat. So we take some code from the previous video and add two new features, document and location chat management, in today's video. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So guys, today we now start from the document chat UI in the chat screen. For that we have to first install a new package to take the document from the phone local storage. Okay, so for that we have to install one package, the name is file picker. Okay, so it is also migrated to null safety, so there is no nullable issue at all. Okay, I want to tell you one thing. If user denied permission here, that we see that function in the last video, then take the file from the local storage, maybe gives some error. So we have to check when we take the file from the local storage, we have to check the permission is given or not. If not given, we have to request the user again to give the permission. Okay, so the package is installed and we can now run the app in our emulator, and meanwhile we can implement the document conversation UI. So for that we have to do one thing. First thing first, yeah. So here where we give the direction in which method all the handling will done, then we have to do for that document also. So guys, I am now going to do the split code to implement that and take the code from the GitHub as usual. But as you know, after that split code, I will understand you step by step what I am doing in that split code. So guys, please have patience.
Later.
So guys, you can see our emulator is started, and let's as I told before, I implemented document chat UI. We take file from the local storage and customize for showing in the chat UI. So let's open one of that chat and go to that link, and for single click take file from the local storage. Okay, so this there is some files present, so I take a PDF file. So the PDF file is showing here. So if I click that icon, that opening icon, it is opening by phone by default app for the PDF view. Okay, so I can also take another file. Okay, so if I open that, there is something option came, so I see HTML selector for now. So that's the file is showing here. Okay, here the name is not convenient, so we have to change it in that way. So you can see now the name of that file is showing good. Okay, so let's understand what I do in that split code. Please have a patience. So let's understand at first document conversation management, where the UI is totally completed. So the whole part is almost same. Okay, from column to child. So I explained from that container, that child container. Okay, so we make the alignment by default center, because if it is showing up or down, it is not showing good. So you can see it is showing in at the center, so here also showing at the center, so that's why we keep in that way. Then provide some decoration about box, that's by default rectangle, and then the color. So here we rectify in two ways. So in that document, if any file is PDF file, then it is showing the PDF. Okay, so for that we also install that package, PDF viewer plugin. So that package, if you search by default in the pub.dev, it is not migrated to the null safety. So I going to the issues in the repository of that package, and in the issues section I found one of the guy provided the null safety to null safety branch in that way. Okay, so I take from that. By the way, so for the PDF view and for the other files, I use different UI. So for the PDF, it is showing in the short form, but for the other file, it is not showing any of that. Just click on that to open in the another file. Okay, so if that is file, that means and you know, in the every list element in that, every list element in that is a map. So the key of every map contains the file name, and the value is contains the time, right? So we are checking in the key if that if the .pdf extension is present or not. If the extension present, that means it is a PDF file. So if the PDF file present, then you can see the background of that is totally white, so we make it white. Otherwise we provide the corresponding color depending upon the direction, it is left or it is right. Okay, you can see when it is in the right side, the color change. So here we color change that. You can make it constant because it is not changeable. We will not change it actually. Okay, so yeah, so let's come here. So we make the border radius as uniform, border radius as circular. You can see all edges are circular, and then we provide the child as well. Okay, so in that child we are first checking if it is a PDF file or not. We taking the key of the map. So if it is PDF, so we are now working on that. So here stacks present. Okay, for white desktop you can see the PDF, that icon button is upon the PDF. Okay, so it is in the stacked form, that icon button and the PDF. Use loading error, because if the PDF is not loading for some reason, then the background there is a center widget present that is showing the loading error. Okay, because many times maybe PDF maybe not load due to some problem. Okay, so that the behind text of that PDF, it contains the loading error. So after that we make a padding. Okay, so padding from the all the site 10.0 to use that PDF view. Just provided the path. Okay, so the path, the key of the map. Okay, and then the center widget where we make the gesture detector for the icon. You can see that icon is present at the center, that's why we wrap it with the center and then provided the gesture detector so that we can click on that, it is open in the PDF view. After that gesture detector, we provided the child icon and then on tap method. Hold the thing, that's hold the thing I also explained in the previous video, so now I not explain that. So if you not see the previous video, the link in the description, check it out. Okay, so that's the thing. So here you can see for the PDF we control all the step. Okay, so if it is not PDF, then it comes that section. So it is for now it is covering that non-PDF file. So for non-PDF file we wrap hold the things in the gesture detector, and under that gesture detector we provide the on tap method. But let's understand the UI at first, then we understand about the on tap method. Okay, so not container is not required. So there is a child of row and the main axis element pays evenly for the good looking, for the UI uniformly looking, and then we provided the size box of width 20.0. so you can see before that icon there is a gap, so for that, and then there is a icon, that's the icon is denoting here, and then there is also a gap 20.0 that's showing here, and then we make a expanded text widget. Okay, so in that text widget we provided the file name. So how we provided the file name, you can see here the non-PDF file name. Okay, I take another file from here. We take another file. Okay, so here you can see if you follow that path, that's showing that's file path. That's the selected portion showing that file path. So you can see there is a many slash operator present, and after the last slash operator the actual file name present. So we split the whole key that is containing the path with the help of slash, and then take the last element after the list element produced due to the splitting. Okay, the last element, because the last after splitting the slash, there is a list produced, and the last element of the list will be there, the real file name. So that's why we take that in that way, and then provided the normal style, so how it is that showing, and then the conversation message time as I told earlier in my previous videos. Okay, and then the most important part, that pick file from the storage. In that when we click here and then click in the document, so here the option is the document scanner outlined icons, the document scanner outline, that the option is showing. So when user click on that, we are redirected to that method, pick file from storage. So here the some allowed extension, that type of file we can pick from it. You can add more extension of the files just like your flavor, and then make a exception handling, because sometimes maybe exception came for taking from the storage as well. So as I say in this at the starting of the video, if the user not granted the storage permission, we have to take the permission again, otherwise maybe some problem came. So if the permission is not granted, then we have to call that method that we make earlier in the previous videos to take the storage permission. Okay, take permission for storage. So this is present here. Okay, and then the file, we install that package file picker in the starting of that video. So under that package there is a class present file picker result. Okay, so it is the object is the file picker result, and this is the asynchronous process and file picker result dot platform dot pick files. So here you can provide the file type, what the type of that file. So I provide the file type just custom because I want to provide my own flavor document extension. So that's why we provide the file type dot custom and provide some allowed extension there. Cool. And after providing the allowed extensions, then we check if the file picker result is not null, because it is also can return null. So if it is not null and that result files dot length is greater than 0, that means their user at least one file picked. So after that we dismiss the pop-up window just like before, and then we iterate through that files, because that files is a list. So the file picker files dot files is a list, and after that we iterate through that and taking that file. Okay, so you maybe think there is much of file, there is only one file, but this is the normal syntax to write in that way. So if you want to take the multiple file, you can use that allow multiple is true. Okay, so I not allowed to take multiple files, so I not make it true. Okay, and after that there will be only a single file present, and then for the debugging purpose we print the file path, and we are checking a user maybe choose a file that not contains that extension. That's why we are checking if the selected file extension present in that list or not. If that is present, then we are good to go, and if it is not present, then you can see we show it as not supporting document format. Cool. And then we take the message time just like before, and then with the mounted state method we add the file. We take that file contains the selected file, and we take the path and convert it to the toString with the file, and you know that file under the data.io package I described in the previous video, and then take the corresponding path and then the message time just like before, and then add as this is a document file, so we add chat message type dot document, and then the direction in which direction it is shown, and that's the concept I explained in my previous videos. So if you not see, please take a look. Okay, so if the error happen, that toast will be show the messages. Cool. So that's all about the document conversation chat UI with pick file from the storage and display in the UI. Okay. Now we are going to see about the location conversation UI. Okay, so we have to install some package also. So for that we first install that package Google Maps Flutter. In the meantime, I want to say, if you read the readme of that package, you have to go to the Google Cloud platform and enable this. Okay, so you have to provide that key here and all the things. So go to the console. Okay, so we have to select a project, that's generation. So we have to now enable that map SDK for Android. So here we have to choose map SDK for Android, then we have to enable this. After enabling this, make sure that API maps SDK for Android is showing under the enable API section. Sure. Now we have to generate the credentials. So go to the API and services credentials. here you have to make some credentials for new API key. Okay, so API key, creating API key, it takes some time. Okay, that's the API key, but we now have to restrict our API key, so you can close it here and go here, and then we want to use it for the Android app, select it, and then we have to add the package name and SH1 key. So we take the package name from here, and provide the SH1 key, then save it. So the API key is generated. You can take the API key from here, make sure it is a secret key and don't share with anyone the clipboard. And now we have to include that metadata in our Android manifest XML here, and here your key, here we have to provide the key. So I copy from here, make sure it is a secret key, so don't share with anyone, so I make it blur. And we have to install one more package present in the pub.dev geolocation. Okay, we have to add that permission as well. Cool, good to go. First thing first, we have to first make the UI for location conversation chat, and then we make for the pickup and so that in the chat. So I am going to do the split code here, so please have a patience. As you know, after the split code I will understand you step by step what I am doing here. I am doing split code for less time purpose, so please guys have a patience. So you can see our project runs successfully, and let's see if it is working or not. Whew, it's showing the location, but this is not my location actually. This is the emulator is showing the Google multiplex location at the mountain view. Okay, so this is not my location. So if I click here, let's see what happened. Is it cool? I think you love it. Okay, so take the map of the current location and send, and UI related to the location is working totally fine. Now let's understand what I done in the script code. So we can start from here. Here you can see for the chat message type dot location, we use another we check another else if condition and switch to that location conversation management, just like it is take item builder context and index. And after that, just like before, so from column to that child, all the things is same, just like other location conversation management. So I don't explain it again. So here the Google Map, so that Google Map is present under Google Maps Flutter package. Okay, so that's Google Map present under that package Google Maps Flutter that we installed here, and we also install geolocator package to take the current location, because Google Maps Flutter, that package actually show the particular latitude and longitude in the Google Map. But geolocator package is used to fetch my current position, longitude and latitude. Cool. And then take the map type. I take hybrid type, and then you have to pass the marker. So what's that marker? Here you can see the red dotted location. Okay, so it is showing a particular point. So for that we have to make that marker. So marker is used for that thing. And then we have to switch the initial camera position. So when the map is open, where the marker will be shown. So we give the marker position at the latitude longitude. Okay, so how we can found the latitude and longitude? The latitude and longitude is present under the key in the map of that list element, because you know all conversation messages is a list of map string. So every element is a map. So for every that element of location, that map, the key contains the latitude and longitude in a special form. Then we zoom a specific. Okay, then we just show the conversation message. Okay, so that's all about the that's the UI of location. And now we going to show after clicking on that how that maps appear, and how the things is going on. So please have a patience. So in that pop-up rounded circle, there is a location icon present. Okay, so that is showing the location on rounded. So here in the onTime method, we first request the user for the location permission. So if the user granted the permission, if the user give the permission, then we switch to that method. Otherwise it showing the message with the toast location permission required. So come to that method, take location input. So here what we done, we first take the position using the geolocator package. Okay, so here we use the geolocator package. We also imported the package the upper position. So with the helping of geolocator package, we can get our current position, the device current position. So for the emulator, it is always showing the Google multiplex, but if you test with in the physical device, it will definitely show your current location. Okay, so geolocator dot current position Then we mention the accuracy. So we provide the accuracy for best for navigation. Then it returns a position, and then we have to make the marker for what that marker is representing, that pointing a particular point. Okay, so we make the marker with the marker ID. We have to provide the marker ID and that z index in the 3D dimension game, and then draggable and give the position at latitude, longitude. So this is a special function. So under that we first provide the latitude and longitude taking from that position dot latitude, position dot longitude. Then you maybe you understand that when we click here, a pop-up window will come where the map is showing. So for that pop-up window we make the show dialog and then the alert dialog. Okay, so under the alert dialog, let's come here. We first give the content. In that content, the Google under the container, the Google map is shown. Okay, so you can see here in the pop-up window, under that under the content, under the container, the pop-up window is showing. Okay, then we provide the maps type, marker and initial camera position. You also take that options from the readme of Google Flutter plugin package. Okay, and then come here, action button. That action button actually that's the send button. Okay, so I make one action button as a floating action button. As you can understand, this is a floating action button to send the attach it with the chat UI. Okay, so what we done here, we first close two things. The one is that map, and then the other is that pop-up window, and after that we take the message time just like the previous video we made it, and then just like the previous videos we add the latitude and longitude, and that's the main trick here. Okay, so in the key of that map we add latitude, position dot latitude plus position dot longitude. So we add latitude and longitude as a map key with the help of plus. That's the reason why we take latitude, longitude with splitting of plus, because you understand from here, if we split the selected part with the help of plus, the 0 index will show the latitude. That's why we taking, after splitting the plus, we take the 0 index for the latitude and the 1 index for the longitude, because if we split that selected part with the help of plus, then the 1 index actually showing the longitude. Okay, then as the value we provide the message time, and then this is a location, so we provide the location, and that's the thing just like the previous video. Okay, so if you don't see the previous video, the link in the description, please check it out. It will be helpful to you to understand. Okay, so you can see the location management UI with user take location by taking the permission and showing in the chat. Location management UI is totally working fine. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you enjoy it, please like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon to get the updates of upcoming videos of the tutorial and other videos of the channel as well. And guys, please comment it out what you thought about my tutorial, about my video. That will be very much helpful to me to improve myself and to understand your requirement. So that's all for today, guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.